Dear parents and students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am discussing some important ninth class science chapter number 7 middle question answers, that is diversity in living organisms. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ 9ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ತರಗತಿಗೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಈ ಒಂದು ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ 7 ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ಘಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದಂತೆ ಇನ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸನ್ನು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ತಾವು ನನ್ನ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಆಗದಿದ್ದರೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಆಗಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಾ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳನ್ನ ತಾವು ವೀಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪದೆ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೆಲ್ಲಕನತ್ತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೋಟಿಫೈ ಆಗೋದ ಮೂಲಕ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳು ದೊರೆತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಈಗ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ಘಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದಂತೆ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸದ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೋತ್ತರಗಳನ್ನು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Diversity in living organisms, page number 80, middle question answers. First question: why do we classify organisms? Why do we classify organisms? Right answer: there are millions of organisms on this earth, so it is harder to study them one by one. Therefore, we look for similarities among them and classify them into different classes. To study these different classes as a whole, classification makes our study easier. Question number 2. Give 3 examples of the range of variations that you see in life forms around you. Right answers: examples of range of variations observed in daily lives are: organisms vary greatly in size from microscopic bacteria to elephants, whales and large trees. The colors of various animals is quite different, so worms are even colorless or transparent. Various type of pigments are found in plants. The lifespan of different organisms is also quite varied. For example, a crow lives for only 15 years, whereas a parrot lives for about 140 years. Page number 82, middle question answers. First question: which do you think is more basic characteristics for classifying organisms? First one, the place where they live. Second, the kind of cells they are made of. Why? Right answer: the more basic characteristics for classifying organisms is kinds of the cells they are made up of, because different organisms may share same habitat but may have entirely different form and structure, so the place where they live cannot be a basis of classification. Question number 2. What is the primary characteristics on which the first division of organisms is made? The primary characteristics on which the first division of organisms is made is the nature of the cell, prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Third question: on what basis are plants and animals put into different categories? Plants and animals are put into different categories on the basis of mode of nutrition. Plants are autotrophs. They can make their food own, while animals are heterotrophs, which are different on the others food for food Also, locomotion, options of chloroplast, etc., make them different. Page number 83, middle question answers. First question: which organisms are called primitive and how are they different from the so-called advanced organisms? Right answers. A primitive organism is the one which has a simple body structure and ancient body design or features that have not changed much over a period of time. As per the body design, the primitive organisms which have simple structures are different from those so called advanced organisms which have complex body structure and organization. Question number 2: will advanced organisms be the same as complex organisms? Why? Right answer: yes. Because the advanced organisms also were like the primitive ones, they have acquired their complexity relatively recently. There is a possibility that these advanced or younger organisms acquired more complex structures during evolutionary time to compete and survive in the changing environment. On page number 85, middle question answers. What is the criterion for classification of organisms as belonging to kingdom Monera or Protista? Right answers. The organisms belonging to kingdom Monera are unicellular and prokaryotics, whereas the organisms belonging to kingdom Protista are the unicellular and eukaryotic. In which kingdom will you place an organisms very single celled, eukaryotic and photosynthetic? Kingdom Protista. In the hierarchy of classification, which the grouping will have the smallest number of organisms with a maximum of characteristics in common and which will have the largest number of organisms. In the hierarchy of classification, a species will have the smaller number of organisms with a maximum of characteristics in common, whereas the kingdom will have the largest number of organisms. Page number 88, middle question answers. First question: which division among plants has the simplest organisms? Division Thallophyta. How are pteridophytes different from the phanerogams? Pteridophyta phanerogams. First difference: they have inconspicuous or less differentiated reproductive organisms. They have well developed reproductive organs. Second difference: they produce naked embryos called spores. The produce seeds. Third difference: ferns, Marsilia, Equistetum, etc. are the example of Pteridophyta. Example: Pinus, Cycas, Fire, etc. are example of phanerogams. Third question: how do you gymnosperms and angiosperms differ from each other? Gymnosperm, angiosperm. First difference: they are non-flowering plants. Angiosperm, they are flowering plants. Gymnosperms Next, seeds not enclosed inside the fruits are produced. Angiosperm seeds are enclosed inside the fruits. Example of gymnosperms, penis, cedar, pear, cycas, etc. are the some example of gymnosperm. Coconut, palm, mango, etc. are some example of angiosperms. In page number 94, middle question answers. How do you poriferan animals differ from coelenterate animals? Porifera coelenterate animals. They are mostly marine, non-motile, and found attached to rocks. They are exclusively marine animals that either live in colonies or have a solitary lifespan. Second difference, they show cellular level of organizations. They show tissue level of organizations. Example, Spongilla, Euplectella, etc. are the poriferans. Hydra, sea anemones, corals, etc. are the coelenterates. How do annelida animals differ from arthropods? Annelida, arthropoda. Annelida, the circulatory system of annelida is closed. Arthropoda have an open circulatory system. Second difference, the body is divided into several identical segments. The body is divided into few specialized segments. What are the difference between amphibians and reptilians? Difference between amphibians and reptilians. First difference, they have a dual mode of life. Reptilia are completely terrestrial. Second difference, amphibian scales are absent. Reptilia skin is covered with scales. Third difference, amphibians they lay eggs in water. They lay eggs on land. Fourth difference, it includes frogs, toads, and salamanders. It includes lizards, snakes, turtles, chameleons, etc. Next question, what are the difference between animals belonging to the age groups and those in the mammals group? Aves and mammals difference. First difference, most birds have feathers and they possess a beak. They do not have a feathers and the beak is also absent. Second difference, they lay eggs, hence they are oviparous. Some of them lay eggs and some gives birth to young one, hence they are both viviparous and oviparous. Dear students, if you have any doubts in this chapter, middle question answers, please share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.